All right, folks, welcome to the show. Just what is constitutional carry? We're going to find out when we get back. Had to get my ears adjusted here, you know. No, I don't have big ears. What? You don't believe me? Not big ears at all. Okay, just kidding. I don't have big ears, but yeah, what can I say? I was just adjusting the headpiece. So anyway, so what is constitutional carry? You know what? I'm not going to bore you with a lot of jabber. So let's just move into it, and we may have the conversation and let this thing roll right on through, and then have a conversation when we get done. Real time. Find out if it's better. No editing. Let's roll through it. Let's see how it goes. And let's get it.
Very basic definition, it means that you can carry a firearm, concealed or otherwise, without having to go and obtain a permit. Basically, you walk into a gun store, pass a background check, pay for your firearm, and walk out. Keep it in your pocket, throw it on your hip, keep it in your car, keep it at home, doesn't matter. Now, when I first heard of constitutional carry, I was initially torn. I've been shot at more times than I care to remember. I've been in plenty of situations where someone with a firearm intended to cause my fellow officers or myself harm. With those sort of adrenaline-fueled emotional experiences, it's easy to see why I'd initially be opposed to putting more guns in the hands of the very same people that I had to fight before. After some serious introspection, I realized that my opposition to constitutional carry was not only a knee-jerk reaction fueled purely by emotion, but frankly completely irrational. You see, as a law enforcement officer, for me to want anything other than constitutional carry is not only complete rejection of the Constitution I swore an oath to protect, but a slap in the face to the citizens that I have a duty to serve. Quite simply, what sense does it make for me to want to make it harder for law-abiding citizens to defend themselves? Look, the old adage, when seconds matter, cops are minutes away, is an unfortunate truth, but a truth nonetheless, and law enforcement knows better than anybody that we cannot be everywhere at once. The fact of the matter is that a responsibly armed society is a polite society. I'm not going to bore you with statistics there. A few quick seconds on Google will provide hundreds of studies that prove that more guns equal less crime. But even without statistics, there are a few facts that cannot be disputed. 1. Criminals have always gotten their hands on firearms, legally and otherwise, no matter the law. And law enforcement should know this better than anyone. I personally have taken stolen guns off convicted felons who neither had a permit or should have had the gun in the first place, but there we were. 2. Most, if not all, mass murders that have occurred in recent times have taken place in gun-free zones. The killers knew that the victims inside did not have the ability to fight back. Think about it. How many attacks have taken place on police stations, taken place on U.S. military bases? If you were going to go in and rob someone and you knew that there was a very high probability that they had a gun or they were going to fight back, would you still do it? Fact of the matter is that even low-life criminals understand the concept of self-preservation. That's why they carry guns. Shouldn't you? 3. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of examples of responsibly armed citizens stopping violent crime. Websites like crimeresearch.org, usconcealedcarry.com have pages upon pages of news articles and stories of responsibly armed citizens using their firearms to protect themselves, loved ones, or even strangers. Most recently, and one of the best stories I've read in a long time, is an ex-con turned hero, Thomas Yoxell. Mr. Yoxell used his firearm to stop an assailant from almost killing an Arizona state trooper. Arizona, by the way, is a constitutional carry state. Look, if you take nothing else away from this video, at least take these last 2 points to heart. To my fellow law enforcement, you should never assume that it is our job and our job alone to protect the public. We should always, however, provide them with the education and tools necessary to protect themselves. They may be saving us one day. And to everyone else, recognize that first and foremost that you are responsible for your protection and the protection of your loved ones. As always, I ask you to be prepared, stay vigilant, and remember that you are your first line of defense. Here's to hoping that one day we see a well-armed, well-trained, responsible, and polite society, if not to make my job a little bit easier. For Radix Tactical, I'm Jordan Burke.
Now, folks, no matter what you're thinking, no matter what your thought process is right now, I could sit here and talk and tell you about it, but I found this video was great. I don't care about it's a great tool, the advertisement on there, who it is, the websites and all that, play it back. You can get that off the video from the channel. Look at it. The concept of constitutional carry is a very simple one. It's the Constitution. You have a right to purchase a firearm if you're not a criminal, if you're not the bad guy, if you're not the person who's going to go out there and rob the local store or go shoot up the school and things like that, then this law would be for you. We need this in the state of North Carolina. We need this all across the country. This needs to be a national constitutional carry bill. It shouldn't be just for one state. However, North Carolina needs it now, should have it, should work toward that. And I think that there's a lot more people in favor of it than against it. A lot of times your states don't want to deal with it. Your legislator may not want to deal with it. Your NC Senate here may not want to deal with it. You may have a governor that don't want to deal with it. Fortunately, we have conservatives that are pro-Second Amendment. Unfortunately, we have the left that is not pro-Second Amendment, and it's not that they don't like guns, it's that they want all the guns. They want to take your guns. They want to do all this. Well, don't get caught up into the politics of having to deal with them. You go in there and you represent your family, you represent yourself. You let the politicians know in the Capitol, in Raleigh. You call them locally and you let them know that you want a constitutional carry bill. Make sure they understand that this is your country, this is your state, and you have the right to protect your family. Now, they're going to tax the heck out of you when you run in to get your permits and all this kind of stuff, because that's what government does. But the reality is, you shouldn't even have to have a permit. You should only have to pass the background to get the firearm. So I support constitutional carry 100%, as well as many of you out there. Share this video, and I'm going to tell you the best way to get it out, to hit, and it's got to be on the YouTube channel, not just on your Facebooks and things like that. You got to hit share, like, subscribe. It has to be on the YouTube. You can like it on Facebook, but you have to put share, like, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Let's get our message out. Let's apply pressure to the politicians. Let them know who we are. Let them know what we want. This is our state. This is our country, and we need to have them comply with the Constitution like it was written. Plain and simple. It doesn't get any better than that. And as always, keep it real, be safe, and always be ready.